Did you know that every woman has hidden vulnerabilities that few men do not even imagine? And who dominates this knowledge gains a gigantic emotional and affective advantage. Have you ever wondered why some women fall madly in love with certain men while simply ignoring others, even if these guys do absolutely all right? The answer is beyond the beautiful words or the expensive gifts. It is in the deep understanding of the psychology of attraction and seduction, in understanding the emotional triggers that arouse desire, connection, and especially lasting bond. This video is for you, who wants to stop being just one more and become that man who arouses irresistible magnetism, who creates such strong connections that they leave deep marks. We are not talking about shallow games, but a true mastery of the art of attraction, conscious seduction, based on strategies that few people know, but make all the difference in modern relationships. Most men fail miserably by ignoring these female vulnerabilities and ends up living surface relationships without real connection or being constantly rejected without even understanding why. Today, I will reveal you the 9 female vulnerabilities that psychology proves, those that shape behaviors, affective choices, and even sexual desire. This knowledge will completely transform your way of relating, either to conquer a new woman or to strengthen a relationship that seems to be cooling. Imagine knowing exactly how to act to generate that emotional impact that makes a woman think of you day and night, which creates that irresistible feeling of wanting to be by your side. Not because you force it, but because she just can't avoid. So stay with me until the end, because the last 2 vulnerabilities that I will reveal to you are the most impactful and almost no one knows. These are so powerful insights that if applied with intelligence, they will put you at a completely different level from other men. While many will still insist on the same tactics that do not work, you will understand how to create a deep, deep emotional connection that transcends appearance or status. This video is for those who want to stand out, for those who really want to understand what arouses attraction, what keeps seduction alive, and how to build a solid and desire relationship. After all, when you dominate the hidden rules of the game, when you understand what really moves a woman's emotional, you stop being hostage to chance and lead the dynamics of attraction. Now you prepare, because what I will reveal, you will completely change your view of how women connect emotionally. And before I start to reveal you each of these female vulnerabilities, do the following. Comment here now. I'm ready to change. This is not just any comment. It is a public commitment, a clear sign that you are determined to evolve, to become a man with a much sharper perception of attraction, seduction, and relationship. Writing this, you are already starting to enter the right mindset, the one that differentiates the common men from high-value men who know exactly how to create deep and irresistible emotional connections. And look, if this theme makes sense to you, if you really want to stand out in this game, already leave your like now, because I understand that this content is helping you, and I can produce even more videos like this, with techniques, psychological insights, and practical strategies to completely transform your love life. No waste, subscribes to the channel and activates the bell, because here we go together far beyond the surface, always exploring what really works to create true attraction, generate genuine desire, and build relationships that are worthwhile. This is the time of the turn, and you are in the right place to start this transformation. So, let's get ready, because now we will dive deep into the 9 female vulnerabilities that can completely change their way of seeing and living relationships. Now it takes a deep breath, because it is precisely from here that you begin to understand the true hidden code of attraction and seduction. This code is not in shallow compliments or in rehearsed messages, but in the ability to identify and understand female vulnerabilities that they often even realize they have. And the first of these vulnerabilities, and perhaps one of the most powerful, is in the emotional field. Most women are socially conditioned from an early age to seek approval, emotional security, and especially protection. This means that, contrary to what much they think, it's not just the physical attributes or financial status that create connection, but how much you convey emotional stability, security, and trust. Have you ever wondered how small gestures, simple words, or even your tone of voice make a woman feel valid, comfortable, and emotionally safe by your side? The truth is that when she perceives in you an emotionally stable man who knows who he is, who does not easily shake himself, she is automatically attracted. This is because the man who transmits emotional security offers to her what female instinct values most: protection and stability. So if you really want to increase your ability to attract and keep a woman, start by demonstrating security in your attitudes, avoiding insecure behaviors or uncontrolled reactions. Show consistency, be firm but kind, and you will realize how, almost magically, its resistance decreases and the connection deepens. But it doesn't stop there. There is a second, even deeper layer, which are psychological vulnerabilities. And here, my friend, we enter a territory where most men simply have no idea what is happening. Psychology reveals that much of the attraction is unconscious, based on patterns formed in childhood and reinforced throughout life experiences. Many women, even if they consciously deny, are attracted to certain types of men precisely because these profiles trigger emotional triggers that refer to past experiences, often linked to authority figures or relationship models they have known when younger. Do you know that classic example of the woman who says she doesn't want a dominant man, but who in practice always gets involved with guys who have a more confident and assertive stance? This is because deep down, it responds to subconscious attraction patterns that are much stronger than any rational intention. Therefore, instead of trying to convince her with arguments or promises, the most effective is to use non-verbal communication to her advantage. Upright posture, firm look, safe voice. These elements are not just details. They send powerful signals to the female subconscious, activating interest, desire, and creating an automatic sense of attraction. Remember, body language speaks much higher than 1,000 rehearsed words. And finally, we reach the third large group of vulnerabilities, social and cultural. You may never have stopped to analyze this, but many women, even the most confident, feel a huge pressure to adapt to social standards imposed, aesthetic patterns, expectations on how to behave, who should choose to relate, and even the right time to live certain experiments. This constant need for social approval creates deep insecurities, which directly affect the way they relate affectionately. Think to me, how many times have you seen a beautiful, successful woman, but behind this image carries insecurities about her appearance, about her ability to maintain a relationship, or fear of being judged for her choices? This is more common than you think. And when you, as a man, demonstrate that you understand this reality, that respects these pressures, and that you will not judge or criticize it because of them, you completely differ from others. Show yourself as a mature, who knows how to welcome, who understands the nuances of the female world and is not led by shallow stereotypes. This, besides transmitting value, creates an extremely powerful empathic connection. So, if so far you have identified yourself with all this and really want to become this high-value man, write here in the comments, "I choose to evolve." It leaves this recorded, not only for me to see that you are committed, but especially for yourself to make this commitment. And if you want to further reinforce this movement, it also comments, "I'm security, I'm confidence." These words have a transforming power, and in addition to strengthening their own mindset, they will help this video reach more people who also need this transformation. If you haven't left your like yet, you know, this is the moment. And of course, you subscribe to the channel, activate the bell, because you have a lot more coming around, and I want you to be prepared to completely master the art of attraction, seduction, and high-value relationships. And now, let's continue, because the next revelations will show you how to go even deeper into this process and become a really unforgettable man. Now that you know the main female vulnerabilities, you realize how small adjustments in your behavior can generate much more intense, deep, and lasting connections. These are not drastic changes. It is not to become someone you are not, but refine your perception, develop a sensitivity that few men have, and especially assume conscious control of their presence and energy in each interaction with a woman. The man who understands these nuances of attraction, seduction, and emotional dynamics stands in a privileged position, not only avoiding the mistakes that move women away, but creating a space where they feel naturally attracted, understood, and connected. This is not any knowledge. It is a watershed for those who want to stop living frustrating relationships and start experiencing real connections that arouse desire, admiration, and respect. Who dominates this knowledge not only avoids common mistakes, but stands out as a safe, respected, and desired man. And I'm talking here not only to conquer women, but to become that man they choose to stay, the one who doesn't have to run after, because it exudes authentic confidence and a non-negotiable value stance. It is about creating a natural magnetism, that kind of presence that, even without saying a word, makes her feel like being close to you, to know you more, to open and trust. Just imagine, by applying these concepts that I showed you in this video, you will notice a change not only in the way women react to you, but especially the way you feel yourself. You will realize that you no longer need external approval. You no longer have to force situations or to shape expectations that do not meet their essence. You will realize that true power is to understand psychology behind human interactions, recognize the standards that govern attraction, and use it with ethics and intelligence to build healthy, balanced, and above all, authentic relationships. And I know that if you have gotten here, it is because you are really committed to evolving, leaving behind insecure behaviors, reactive attitudes, and outdated strategies that do not result. Now it's time to strengthen this commitment. I want you to comment below right now, "I choose to be a man of value." It writes this to further fix this decision to evolve, to stand out, to conquer not only women, but a much more full and satisfactory love life. Of course, if this video made sense to you, it also leaves that yes in the comments, because so I know you are with me on this journey and want to receive even more content like this, with advanced psychological strategies and practical tips to master the art of attraction, seduction, and relationships. Do not forget, already leave your like now, because it helps a lot in the promotion of the video and makes this message reach more men who also need this transformation. And of course, subscribe to the channel and activates the bell, because in the next videos, I will reveal you how to use these vulnerabilities even more deeply today to create such a strong emotional connection that she will never be able to forget you. So you prepare, because what comes next will further elevate your level of understanding and practice in the game of attraction and seduction.